Welcome back to another weekly vlog. It's actually Monday afternoon. I picked up my son from school and he is just playing some football in the front room. It's only a small ball and he knows not to kick it so high. But I didn't weekly vlog last week because I've just been so busy and something kind of had to give. You know that point where it's like something has to give, I can't do it all, and I decided not to do the weekly vlog and just get on with other bits and pieces that I needed to do. Anyway, all caught up, feeling a bit better, but everything seems to be going wrong at the moment. This morning my phone went wrong. I don't know what happened to it, but quickly went to the service provider and got that sorted, luckily, because I was worried that nobody could call me, and I don't really care if no one can call me, but it was more I cared if my son's school called me for some reason and I couldn't get to him. So I went and got that sorted. I put my car in for a winter check last week and it needs a new tyre. That's going on Wednesday, but since Friday I've been driving it and something just doesn't sound right. So I feel like that's going to be more money and Christmas. So yeah, it's okay. When you have a car, you have to expect that these things are going to happen, but at the most inconvenient time. But hey ho, it's just the way it goes, isn't it? I've got savings. This is what the savings are for, so I can do that. But yeah, other than that, nothing eventful happening right now. It was a bit of a stormy weekend though, wasn't it? So I had that storm Bert or something, and our local park, 2 trees fell down like from the roots. It literally completely collapsed and it pulled it up from the roots. So yeah, it's a very popular park as well by us. So a lot of people were a bit disappointed that they couldn't go in to certain areas of the park, but better safe than sorry, right? I do have one thing to say. My son passed his grading, so very, very happy with that. You okay?
Yeah. Hello.
Just wants to say hello. But yeah, I just let them know that you passed your grading, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that from in the front there. The meat goes in the door.
What? Maybe you should speak without your mouth full of food, and maybe I may understand you a bit better.
I'll close the door in front of you. I still heard you say, you passed my grade.
You heard me talking when you closing the door. Okay. Okay, he's gone. He heard me chatting, he wanted to come in and say hi. But yeah, so he passed his grading, which is really good, really happy about that. But it's just been busy. I don't know if anyone else feels that. Things just seem busy. Things just seem to be going a little bit wrong, but I'm trying to keep positive about it, because if I get down about it, I can really spiral down, deep down. So I'm trying to be as positive as I can. But yeah, I think it's just because Christmas is coming, isn't it? And there's lots of things happening at the school. Like he's got his pantomime, there's Christmas jumper day, there was children in need, there was the school disco was last week as well. It just feels like there's been a lot happening all at once. But we still take a deep breath and we just carry on, because it's not going to kill me. It's just going to be a bit inconvenient for a while. All is well. All is well. If anything is wrong with my car, my ex-husband lives around the corner and my dad lives around the corner, so I can get my son to school and back for the next few days. And I'm just going to have to use my legs and walk everywhere, aren't I? So that's fine. But it's just inconvenient, that's all. Anyway, I'm going to get on with cooking dinner. We've got sausage and mash tonight. Then I'm going to have a chilled out night with my boy. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow. It's Wednesday and it's been a pretty hectic couple of days. My car went for a winter check last week and they needed a new tyre, but as I've been driving, it feels like something's grinding every time I hit the brakes or I turn a corner. So I think my brake pads have gone and I was a bit nervous of driving it. So I called my dad and he's been ferrying me around for the last 24 hours. Nothing major. He just took my son to martial arts last night and he dropped him off at school today, and my ex is doing the pickup this afternoon because it's Wednesday and he has them every Wednesday. My car's now in the garage. Don't know if I'm going to get that back today, tomorrow or even Friday. So I've been speaking to my dad and see if he can help out with the pickups from school, speaking to my ex to see what he can do as well. I think I've got it sorted. The only thing is I might not do a food shop this week. So that means I've got to literally eat what's in the house and I can't buy anything else, which is good because it'll save me money this weekend. And I haven't got my son either, so I can just basically eat out of the freezer and eat food that I've got in the cupboard. So it's not a big deal, and as long as I get it back for Monday so I can go and do a mini shop on Monday, it'll be fine. But I feel But I feel that the universe is challenging me massively right now. I feel like I've had quite a few bills come in that I wasn't expecting, that everybody gets, so it's fine. But it's bills that I don't need on top of Christmas. So I've been dealing with that. And then I had to deal with my car breaking down. And the other day I pulled my curtain across to open the curtains and the curtain pole fell down. And I just feel like the universe wants to challenge me right now. And all I want to do is sit and cry because I'm overwhelmed. And I'm overstimulated by everything. It's not that it's just inconvenient, isn't it? It's not life or death. It's not bad. It's just inconvenient. And where it's so cold outside, we have some cats in our neighbourhood, and I feed them because I don't feel like they get fed. We open the door to go to school, and the cats ran in, so I had to shoot the cats out. It's just, oh my God! Without the dog here, the cats now think they ruled the roost. So anyway, the life of Rachel. Welcome, if you're new. But hey, it is what it is. Everyone has these challenging moments. You just got to power through them and know that everything's going to turn around at some point, because with the rain comes the sun, and with the sun comes the rain. So you just got to move on. So I'm going to have a cup of tea, because the very British thing to do when you feel a bit sad is to have a cup of tea. And I'm going to have a rice cake with some peanut butter, and then I'm going to record some videos for YouTube and get on with the rest of my day. But all is well. All is well. Everything will be absolutely fine, I'm sure. I'll keep you updated on my car. Car update, just heard back from my mechanic. So he said that the brake caliper was stuck on, and I've worn the brakes down. So he needs to change the brake pads, obviously, that's a must. And the brake caliper, he's trying to unstick it. If he can unstick it, it'll work out cheaper for me. If he can't, it's going to be more expensive. But this is where my emergency fund comes in. So I'm going to have to take money out of my emergency fund and then refill my emergency fund, which is fine. That's the whole point of having it. But yeah, an inconvenience. But I did just watch a couple of neighbours having a big fight outside. So that was a bit of fun and games. I don't know what the fight was over, but person on this side of the street was arguing with the person on the other side of the street. And I just kind of looked out the window and watched. Shouldn't it really? Bit of entertainment on this Wednesday morning. So I just finished recording 2 videos. So I've got to edit those now. And then just get on with the rest of the day. But I do have to go in the attic because stupid me, because I wasn't thinking, got all the Christmas decks from the attic down at the weekend to go through, and I had a big bag which had all of my son's Elf on the Shelf stuff in, and I put that to one side thinking I can't take that back up in the attic. I need that because this Sunday is the 1st of December. We welcome the elf back in to the home for the next 24 days, so I need to keep that down. What did I do? Put it back in the attic. Now I've got to go back up in the attic in the cold, in the dark. And I hate it. So yeah, so I've got to do that this afternoon. But hey, all is well. I'm healthy and well, and that's all that matters. So now I'm going to get on with some work before I've got to go and pick up my car from the garage later on this afternoon. And then have a cup of tea and breathe. That's what I'm going to do. I'll catch you in a bit. It's a couple of days later and I'm freezing, absolutely freezing. It's just been a very busy few days. So the wind that happened last week, you know, those big gales of wind that we had, knocked over the fence in the garden, completely knocked it over. And I can't afford a fence at the moment, but our lovely neighbours, they moved in about a year ago now. They actually come over in the garden, they put it back up for me. So isn't that lovely? So that was a good thing. I think as well, because obviously the fence was going in their garden too, so it kind of benefited us both. But I said I couldn't do it until my brother came to help me lift it because I just wasn't strong enough. But there's 2 or 3 guys that live in that house, so they all did it for me instead, which was really, really nice. And the one person's wife, she doesn't really talk much. She's quite a quiet person. Haven't really sussed her out yet, but I don't want to push it, you know. Anyway, I'm now in my son's room because on Monday we'll put in the Christmas decorations up, and my son loves to decorate his bedroom, but I want to deep clean it first. And when I went into his wardrobe yesterday to get in some nice warm clothes out, because he went out last night, I'll talk about that in a minute, I realised how messy it was and I just couldn't cope with it. So I'm in his room now. I'm going to empty his wardrobe because he's with his dad this weekend, and I'm going to sort it all out and organise it properly until at least he comes home. So, you know, I've got a few days of it being tidy, and my brother might be staying tonight again, so I can't just chuck it on the bed and leave it there. I've actually got to do it and then put it away again, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, last night was our local animal shelter had their Christmas fair on. We went to have a little look around. It's not a very big one, so it only took us about 45 minutes to an hour to have a look around, but they've got a really good charity shop, but it was so busy in there I didn't get to see. And plus I had my son with me, and you know what kids are like when they see toys, so it was a bit more of a challenge to try and get him out. I did give him £2 to go and do like a little Secret Santa thing. I don't really know what it was. They had a bunch of presents on the table. You pay £2 and you pick the present, but all the kids wanted the best present, so it was taking ages because all the kids were like feeling all the toys. Anyway, he got a teddy bear for his little gift, but it's kind of like an original one, like a brown teddy bear. It wasn't like a gimmick one or a Sonic one or anything. It was just a simple brown teddy bear, and now he has asked me to buy it an elf suit so I can dress it up as an elf. So this kid's imagination is crazy. Anyway, we did that last night and it was freezing, but we had a good time. It was good fun, and he's with his dad now for a few days, so I'm just going to get on and do the last little bit of Christmas shopping. But next week, when I start doing the vlogs from next week, we have lots going on. So we have my nieces staying, we're going to see Santa, we're going to do a few more festive things, so it won't just be me in the house talking. We're going to go out and about and do a few fun little things together as well, so I'm going to share some of that with you. And I've just had an email from my son's school to say, could I go and help out at the pantomime a week on Tuesday? So I get to go and see a pantomime for free. Luckily, the pantomime that I have booked is in a different town, so I get to see 2 pantomimes this year with my son. And this one pantomime that we're going to, I've never been to, so I'm very excited to go and see what that's like, so it should be fun. Anyway, I'm going to end the vlog here because I've got a lot to do this weekend of deep cleaning the house, chucking over the presents, getting ready for the elf to come into the home, and lots of other bits and pieces. But I'm going to catch up with you next week with all the Christmas activities that we're going to be doing. So thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos from me. I hope whenever you watch this, you're having a good morning, good day, or good evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.